So first up, in the basis of what this reading is, you have the Sun, and to clarify that, you have the Eight of Wands. Now, what your current energies are right now, you have Justice, and in what's coming in for you, you have the Queen of Wands, and then your challenge regarding this situation is the Magician, and we have then the Page of Pentacles, and that's what's recommended for you. So the Sun is all about kind of gaining some type of clarity, and because the Eight of Wands is here, I think there was some type of, I think something might have started moving a little quicker or quickly, and you gain some type of clarity upon it or about it. So the Sun could be kind of about the vibrance and vitality and kind of courage and happiness and everything. But I really feel with something, you finally might have gained some type of clarity. There could have been something that was a little bit stuck for a while, and now somehow there was some revelations or clarity that kind of came quickly, and it's really put everything into a little bit more of a perspective for you. You're not really in the shadows with it. You have, I don't say a game plan, but you can kind of see it a little bit clearer for what it is. So that's what I'm getting. Whatever this represents for you, I feel like it's something that you finally have gotten. Something has just kind of come out in the open a little bit, and it's kind of come out quickly, and then within that it's put all the other pieces a little bit more in place a little quicker than maybe what it has been in the past. And in your current energies, you have the Justice, so I feel like you're finally getting some type of justice or karma, or something is slightly working in your favor a little bit more now, which is phenomenal. So something that has shed light on the situation, now you're finally getting what's coming to you, kind of what you're worth, or what's due to you in a sense. But what's coming in for you with the Queen of Wands, you're going to be taking action. Now, I love the Queen of Wands. She goes for what she wants. She really is not afraid of failure. She's very confident in herself, and I feel like, and she's all about action, and she's all, even about doing things in a different kind of way, you know, and she doesn't really give a damn what anybody else thinks about it, because she's going to do it her way, and that's the only way she's going to do it. So I really think that, to me, this is extremely positive for movement, and really pursuing something that if you felt stuck for a while, I think now is the time where you're finally getting a little bit of that unstuck feeling. You're finally getting some movement. You're finally getting that push in a way. You know, even if it's just yourself, you pushing yourself, you're finally feeling that something is, the ball's rolling in a sense, and you're ready to kind of step into your own and step into your action. So, because I think sometimes when we feel like we're in the dark and we don't really feel like we're getting our justice, or things are not quite going our way, I think we get stuck energy. And I think here you're finally actually getting unstuck, is what I'm trying to say. And you're actually getting your confidence to start moving forward. But what you have to watch out for, your challenge regarding this, you have the Magician in reverse. Now, the Magician can indicate, you have to watch out for either if people are being a little tricksters, you know, there might be somebody that you're dealing with that's a sneaky snake, a little tricky kind of person, you know, trying to not manipulate you, but you have to watch that whatever this is, you're staying within your justice. Because I wonder if you were dealing with somebody who is a sneaky snake, a little trickster energy, maybe a little manipulative, and something kind of has come, the light has been shown on the situation. Now you're getting your kind of justice, and now you're ready to start taking action, because you can kind of see what way you're supposed to go now. And I wonder if maybe they're trying to still stay in that tricky sneakiness energy and be a little bit deceptive to you. But this also could indicate that you need to watch that you're not getting stuck again, because the Magician in reverse, like, he has a lot of potential, but in reverse, he's not really taking action on it. So because the Queen of Wands is here and that she's all about taking action, I think you will be taking action, but sometimes you always have that challenge of going back. Like if you were in a waiting phase for a little while, you have that challenge of making sure that you're not getting stuck in the waiting phase, that you're proceeding forward. So that could be your challenge, is either to watch out for sneakiness or to make sure that you're taking this opportunity and you're kind of really moving forward the way you need to move it regarding this situation, because this is extremely positive for movement right here. Now, what's recommended for you is the Page of Pentacles. Now, he's my student, so the Page of Pentacles, he could represent kind of like a message coming to you, something more, maybe more of the practical financial matters, and because the Justice is here, it could be even do some kind of legal stuff or whatever. But I also see the pages as young people that they're students, they're still learning. So I feel like if there's something that you need to still advance some knowledge within this situation, I think it's being recommended that you look at other options. You learn everything you need to know, or what you need to learn regarding the situation. And what I like about the pages is they're not so fixed, because they're young, young and dumb, you don't know anything, so you're willing to learn everything. So they're not so fixed in one way of doing something. They're very open to new ways, different ways, and everything in between. So I think this is saying that be open to learning or seeing things in a kind of like a young mind, a youthful eyes. They see things for the first time. So maybe if you were fixed in a certain kind of way before, there might be some kind of new way or different type of opportunity or situation that could be helping you kind of push this along a little bit quicker. But you just have to kind of come at it with that youthful energy, that youthful eyes, So let's see what else we get for you. Okay, so first up you have Wombat Spirit, be at home. And I wonder if some of you... this might have to do with something regarding like your home space. Some of you, this might really be something that, like, I don't want to say a side hustle, but something that you're working out of your house, like, a project or something that you're kind of doing at home. And maybe there's something with your house or at home, or what you feel as home, that is almost like your sanctuary. Because sometimes I feel like once we have these sun moments, sometimes, we've gone through the darkness and now you finally have the light and the sun. And I think within that, you get like a lot of like inspiration during those times, because your mind is, you're a little bit more revitalized. So I wonder if this is kind of, to me, this is what I'm getting, that you might be going through a period where you're feeling very vibrant and kind of wanting to be, I don't want to say all over the place, but kind of go out and about because you're finally feeling better. But I wonder if some of you might be getting like really good creative ideas coming to you. And sometimes when you have that, like, you take some time for yourself, even if that's in your home or whatever is kind of more homely feeling for you, you might be able to be tapping into some kind of new ideas or new thought processes or new ways. Because to me, the Page of Pentacles, I feel like because he's, the students, they see things a little bit differently or maybe out of the box a little bit. So maybe there's something that's trying to come to you a little bit out of the box, but you need to have your mind in a little bit more of a relaxed state. Or because for me, when I'm at home, I'm stressed out usually all the time, but I'm more relaxed when I'm at home, because to me, my house is my sanctuary. So there might be something that kind of being at home or taking a break or just kind of taking a breather could be very, very beneficial, because especially if you've come this situation regarding the sun and the quick movement, and then now you're kind of in this justice mode, you might need a minute. Like for some of you, you might need a minute, because with the Queen of Wands, she's ramping up to take action. She's going to be out there doing her thing, getting it done. So maybe in this moment, you might need like a little bit of a breather to try to recharge your batteries to really be taking on the tasks that you're going to be taking on coming very soon for you. But you also have Rainbow Obsidian, Heal Your Heart. And I really feel like that's coming from this sun energy where you got some kind of clarity, kind of quick movement with the clarity, and now this justice, kind of getting your karma. I think there definitely is probably some type of healing that you need to kind of go through and to help you kind of move this forward. And that's what the Magician, if it's in reverse and it represents like a sneaky person, sneaky snake out there, you might have to kind of heal from that a little bit. And that could be your challenge, that you're having you might have been taken advantage of in some kind of way. And you might need to just figure out how you're going to heal from that and kind of, I don't want to say let it go, but just digest it a little bit better. So now we have twin flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other, and healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. And I really feel like you guys are coming off as some funny business. So I think with this balance, maybe being at home and healing your heart with that kind of concepts of taking a little bit time for yourself or rest or relaxation, maybe that's going to help kind of balance you out. And making healthy choices, that might make you feel a little bit better as well, obviously. So, because some of you I really feel like you kind of were through like a funk, and now you're coming out of that. But I think what you're wanting to do in the future might take like a lot of energy, because it's the Queen of Wands, she's all physical energy, and to me it's mental as well, because she has to strategize. I always see her as a strategic kind of person. She has problems, but she figures out a way to take action to solve those problems. But with the Page of Pentacles, he's kind of learning as well. He's kind of figuring things out as well, and he might be a little bit newer at something. So this takes like a lot of energy, and especially if the Magician, if this represents you not really knowing how to combine multiple elements or aspects of your life together to get what you want, or not really taking full action, or just not being confident about taking action on something, maybe kind of like the balancing things and the kind of healthy choices and just kind of some of that healing is definitely going to be beneficial. And release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So there's something, whatever the sun, whatever you got clarity on and you finally had your day, you definitely have to kind of release stuff from the past and embrace moving forward and take charge. Don't wait for the stars to align. Reach up and arrange them the way you want. And that's what the Queen of Wands is going to do. Oh yeah. Trust me, she's going to arrange the stars exactly the way she thinks they should be, and she doesn't give a damn what anybody else thinks. So I definitely think you're in this like healing phase, and it's time for you to be the driver, to be in the driver's seat of your life type of thing, because you might have had somebody with this Magician, this tricky energy, if it represents tricky energy for you, who was kind of, I don't want to say controlling the stuff, but somehow at times people manipulate things and that kind of leaves you in the dark a little bit. But once you see clarity and you see all the manipulation and the funny business, it helps you now regain your power in a way. And I feel like for some of you, that may have been what was going on a little bit, unfortunately. And you have chakra balance. Embrace the balance between earth and spirit. So I definitely think, because you have a lot of releasing the X's, healing, balance right here with the twin flame thing, heal your heart, be at home. So I think you guys definitely, I don't think this is saying take a break or pause necessarily, because I think you're kind of in this active energy as well. But I think within even being in that active energy, you can kind of take a little bit of you time or enjoy certain things that kind of recharge your batteries a little bit. Because for some of you, I don't want to be so dramatic that this might mean that you're picking up the pieces and moving forward. But for some of you, this could be because you have the Sun and the Justice. Those are two major arcana cards, and that's the bigger things in your life. So for some of you, you could be going through a divorce. There could be something much larger in your life, or something that's really hits harder for you. And even with the Magician in reverse, that's another major arcana. So this could be something that you might be closing one door and starting a new phase, but a new phase that you're going to have to take a lot of action on and a lot of troubleshooting with, and a lot of like learning and figuring out. So okay, and you have signs. Your future positive direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will soon disappear. And this is another card kind of saying that if you are in between like the rebuilding phase a little bit, or kind of the changing directions, or even taking control of your life in a way, because the Queen of Wands, like I don't want to say she's selfish, she's just about herself, but she's going to put herself first. She's this energy of like, she's not out to screw other people, but she wants to pursue her passions and her interests and her desires and everything. So you might be kind of like in this energy where you may have really been the rider in somebody else's car, like the passenger in somebody else's car, and they were driving. And now you got out the car, you got into your own car, and now you're behind the wheel and you're like, okay, which way am I taking this thing? So you might be kind of in that zone right now where something has a little bit come to an end and you had some resolution, you need to heal, but now you got to figure out, where am I going from here? So I think this is saying that there's signs all the time. Like, it could be anything. Sometimes so when I'm stressed about money, I always see change on the ground. Every time I'm stressed, like I'll be walking and there'll be pennies or there'll be dimes or a quarter or whatever. I always see like money on the ground. And I always take it as like, don't be stressed. The money's there. It's just going to be fine. Even if you're going through like a little bit of a moment, like it's going to be okay. So there might be some type of sign that your spirit guides or whoever you believe in, your ancestors, whoever, whatever, is trying to, show you that you need to be aware of. It could be birds, it could be animals, it could be numbers, it could be whatever. Any way you, whatever you put out, like, and if that's the way they communicate with you. And don't worry about certain numbers. I know people say they mean certain things. Don't even worry about that. I know when I'm really stressed out, I always see 420. And that's my spirit guides, because they have a sense of humor. They're telling me to chill out. That's what they're telling me. They're like, chill out. So, but that's how we communicate. So it could be a certain number that's specific to you, somebody's birthday or whatever it is, or a lucky number or anything, even a shape. But if you start noticing that and you kind of like, I don't want to say put out that's you have like a meaning for that, then it's easier for them to kind of like, you guys communicate in a way. Does that make sense regarding things like that? So some of these signs are more intrinsic to you. So even if somebody else has a specific definition for a sign, or what they see means something for them, it may not necessarily mean that for you. You just have to figure out what these things mean for you, so your spirit team or your guides, whoever, can help communicate with you on the way you communicate, if that makes sense. Anyway, We have life is like, let me speak again. Life is like the ocean. Sometimes it is calm seas and everything is smooth sailing. Other times you have to swim against the waves. And I feel like, I kind of feel like you guys, I'm not saying you're still in the choppy waters. I think things are getting calmer now. But I think, because the Queen of Wands, like, I always see her, she's not afraid to swim in the choppy waters. Like, if she wants to get somewhere, she's going to go. She's not bothered by it. So, I'm not saying that you may still have choppy waters coming, but I think that you're taking more of an active role and you're more aware there might be some choppy waters, and sometimes you just got to do it anyway. But I do think that whatever has passed or whatever's kind of like ending for you or closing out is, maybe that was a very choppy, maybe that was extremely choppy, and you're moving into something a little bit more manageable is what I'm trying to say here. Then a diamond is merely a lump of coal that did well under pressure, and you, my friends, are that diamond. And I feel like whatever pressure this was, you did very well and you're ready to full speed ahead. And for Bob Ross, we have anytime you learn, you gain. And that's going with the Page of Pentacles, because he's willing to learn. He's willing to take in consideration different ways, even if it's a little outside the box or a little weird. He's gonna listen to it, because you can learn something from everybody. Anybody you can at least learn something from, good or bad, you can learn. So I think even if this situation was a hard pill to swallow, I think you even learned something regarding the situation. And you put that into your knowledge toolbox, and by the time you die, you have a very big toolbox, you know? So, okay, now for your little affirmation card, you have, today I am brave. Today I will step up to every challenge with courage. And I really feel like the Queen of Wands is very brave. She has a lot of courage. So I think going forward, if you're experiencing this little tricky energy or this little, I don't want to say even unorganized, but this little not sure how to make this work, you can do this. You will figure it out. And now we have slow the duck down. Take a hint from a sloth. And now you have another card of just taking a little time and balancing things out. Nothing is saying don't proceed forward, but it's saying just you might have to recharge the batteries. You might have to recharge your energy a little bit. Now for your stress relief and self-care card, you have water. Focusing on your thoughts. Spend some time near water and watch it. Water can have a relaxing, meditative quality and can help us quieten our thoughts and be more mindful. Visit the beach, a river, a lake, or a creek and notice the movement, sound, and flow of the water. Tip: look at Google Maps and you might be surprised to discover bodies of water nearby, which you didn't even know existed. So yes, this could be, enjoy or take some time to relax and everything. But even if you have like a bird bath or something, or there's a puddle, sometimes I love seeing, I was somewhere and there was like there was a giant pothole and it had just rained and these ducks were like, it was kind of on a side road, but these ducks were swimming in this pothole. There was little baby ducks and bigger ducks and they were like having a great time in this pothole. So the water doesn't necessarily have to be a body of water or anything that's really, far. It could be even something silly. Like sometimes even if it's raining and you just notice the way certain things are moving, or if you have a pothole in front of your house or something and some animal or something, a bird is, washing themselves. So it could be anything. Now, for the spirit of the dish that will be with you during this time or during the situation, you have the spirit of the King of Sides, which is the spirit of the macaroni and cheese. Now, for the dinner and a movie that's recommended for you, you have Mexican food and romance movies, and you have, okay, so for the energies that you either need to tap into or be aware of, you have Taurus, and they are a very, I don't want to say fixed sign, but to me, you're not moving that bull. They could be a little stubborn, but they could be a little bit not easily persuaded. So if somebody's trying to push you around, you're not pushing that bull anywhere. If it doesn't want to move, it's not going to move. So you might have to be a little bit dig your heels in the sand or dig your heels in the ground a little bit kind of energy during this. And you also have Pisces, and Pisces is a little like dreamy, it's a little intuitive, they kind of tap into their emotions. So there might be something that you need to be aware of either emotionally or kind of allow yourself to kind of dream, even dream big. Because I think like if you went through a phase where there was some difficulties, I think a lot of times we're not listening to our intuition. We kind of really are repressed at that time. But if you're coming into the sun phase where you see light and now things are kind of clearing up for you, I'm sure your mind and intuition is going to run rampant. And I think that's excellent because sometimes you get the best ideas during that time. So I would say like listen to kind of your ideas or your inner thoughts and just be more aware of the way you feel about something, because I definitely think that you have some healing you need to do. And I think this could be saying that if you've been kind of just trudging through it and not really taking time to really check in with yourself, because sometimes when you're going through crap you don't have time to really figure out how you feel about it because you're in the trenches, you're in the like the front lines of the BS. So you might need to take a moment if things have kind of cleared out to kind of really process everything and kind of check in with how you're doing. You know, you're still going, which is great, guys. You're still there. And now you have also the North Node, which represents things that you're destined for. So that's excellent. And you have Neptune here, which is also Pisces energy, and it's also can represent vision, creativity, and illusions as well. So you have the 5th house, which represents passion, love, success, and creativity. And you also have the 7th house, which is about partnerships, marriages, friendships, and legal proceedings. So some of you, this could be like a partnership or a legal situation that's, you know, not going so well. But now it's kind of maybe more over, but, you know, that's the way it is. And for the special guest, they'll be answering your question today, Cancers. You have the number 3, which is an odd number, so that means the Magic 8 Ball will be out here shortly. So think of those questions. So we have N, I, T, G, O, N, V812. Okay, so you got these 2 that came out. Oh, and you also have a 3 over here who's hiding. Okay, so we have the bunny and we have the seahorse. Now, the seahorse to me is saying that you kind of have to have a little bit of fun, but you have to see things from all different kind of angles. So I kind of see the seahorse going with the Page of Pentacles because I feel like the students, they're going to see things from all different kind of angles. They're going to take into considerations all different types of things and different ways about doing something. Because seahorses, they could see everything. They can just swim over it, swim under it, swim all around. So definitely there's probably, during this situation, even if you got clarity, maybe you were like the seahorse getting clarity of this situation, and now you see it from 360 degrees. If you hear any weird noises, it's the dog. He's trying to sleep and he keeps making funny noises. Maybe you're seeing it from an angle that you didn't see it from before, and it's kind of giving you clarity, or you're kind of having like, I don't want to say an awakening or eye-opening experience, but it's kind of putting things a little bit more into the perspective for you guys. And now you have the professional bunny rabbit. So this guy is a bunny rabbit, but he's wearing a jacket. So I see him, you know, he woke up one day and he's like, you know what? I'm not just your typical bunny rabbit. Oh no, I am a professional bunny rabbit. So that's totally different. So this guy has this attitude that, you know what? Maybe he's still learning about something with the Page of Pentacles. He could be in this energy, but he's taking on the confidence of the Queen of Wands and being like, I got this. I'm professional. And sometimes you have to just, even if you put on certain kind of clothes or something, because this jacket made this guy with his bow tie, it made him feel like, you know what? I'm coming with my A game. I'm here. Okay? People are going to respect me because I'm showing up looking suave and everything. So he's coming in, and the other bunny rabbits are like, oh, look at that guy. What's he about and everything. So sometimes you just got to step into the energy and you have to feel it. And even if you want to do something like, let's say you want to be a yoga person or whatever, and you're not really good at yoga. Like, I am not really good at yoga. Get some yoga pants, whatever. Get like a yoga mat. Just act yoga-ish. So do some yoga if you can. But just step into that kind of, that energy or that role, or I don't want to say like play dress up or pretend, but sometimes you got to kind of like, listen to things, within that. Like, let's say if you want to really learn about, I don't know, something specific, like, what's specific? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I will take plants. I'm looking at a plant right now. Something you want to learn about plants. You want to become a very good gardener, or even someone that people can ask questions. So you need to like start listening to gardening stuff, on the social medias or YouTubes or whatever. And you need to start being around other gardeners, maybe join a community of gardeners who could all talk about dirt and everything. So it's kind of like stepping into that role. Even if you're still learning something, have the confidence of being in that energy and kind of stepping into that role. And the more you're in that, the easier it's going to be for you. So now, where am I? Oh, and you got courage. So this is definitely Queen of Wands energy. So I think for some of you, whatever transition or transformation or whatever this is going on over here, I think now you're really going to have the courage. You just need to maintain that courage. But I think, I think you're onto something really good, though. I really feel like this is extremely positive. And it's almost like, I want to say it's a breath of fresh air. To me, it still seems, I don't want to say chaotic. It still seems like you're not really sure exactly what's going on in the future or exactly how it's going to go. But I feel like it's almost like you can kind of breathe a little bit, and you now can kind of take that time for yourself in a way. Like something tumultuous has kind of ended or is now smoothing out, and now you're able to kind of realign or reposition yourself nicely. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, now it's time. Think of those questions, Cancers, and we will ask. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world, what is the answer to Cancer's question? It says, outlook not so good. The 8-ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.